Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Kind of Man at YouTube with a vlog. This is a long time coming. I've been intending to do this for about 6 months, but there's always been something getting in the way, or thinking there wasn't enough information to cover, or there's just a lot of excuses, and now I've got a humongous list of things to attend to. And this all has to do with the future running of this channel, as well as my interactions as a modeler with the greater community. So we'll get straight into my list. First, a reminder, the Kind of Man and myself have a Facebook page titled Kind of Man. It's a fan page, so you like and you can follow what happens on there. This prevents and saves people just friending me on Facebook like other modelers. I know it's a big trend that modelers just dedicate their whole Facebook to modelling, and they friend each other and every follower they have. I prefer to go to a fan page because I've got other hobbies and personal pursuits, and I actually keep my usual Facebook page completely separate from modelling. So if you friend me there, do not feel rejected or anything, because there's zero relevance there. It's more about just my school friends, work friends, LARPing, stuff like that. So Facebook is very active. It's growing as well. I think about 700 likes. Every time I work on a kit, I update regular work in progress pictures of my current projects. Sometimes a project I'm working on can take weeks to months to actually make it on the YouTube channel in my style of YouTube videos. Instead of making work in progress videos, I do everything, and then I make a video from unboxing, work in progress build, and finished thoughts in a span of between 8 to 12, 13 minutes. I believe this is a format that would be most enjoyable, and I'm still planning on sticking to that. I also share other content. I put up my videos on there as links, so if you do not have a YouTube channel, you can actually comment on my Facebook wall regarding the content, instead of getting a Google Plus account or whatever. G Plus magazine by Mono Eye Productions a few months ago has released their first issue. I've been invited to write 2 articles. It is a free publication for download on multiple medias. If you are interested in Gunpla in all of its forms, from resin to plastic, and you're into a lot of the big modelers such as Matt, Mosaic, Ghost, Xeon, all of that, it is, and Justin Builds. It is a worthwhile magazine to download and read. It is really, really cool, and the content I put in it is very typical of me, though you'll probably find the other articles far more interesting, as I have. So that is worth checking out. There's going to be another issue December, maybe later, I'm not too sure. I'm currently writing 2 articles for that as well, so stay tuned to what they will be. I don't know how much information I can give out regarding that. Next bit of information, I run a second YouTube channel. It is called the PhD Manchild. It is more of a vlogging, mucking around channel, just to blow off some steam, have a little fun. It is not safe for work content. It is not modelling related. It is just me mucking around, talking about alcohol, anime. There was a bit of LARPing in it, but I stopped that for another channel that died. There's a lot of interesting things. Watch 1 or 2 videos if it's not your content. This is just sort of like a different persona of mine. On my Kind of Man, I rather keep things PC. I would like it to be open to children as well as adults of all walks of life and beliefs, and would like to open it for people who may be sensitive to those that are a bit out there. The PhD man-child is more satirical and fun. It may be offensive to those that are sensitive in swearing, crass humour, vulgar terminologies, sexual innuendos. If that sort of thing does not turn you on, or if you're under the age of 18, please avoid. There will be a link below. That channel has recently become active, and I'm doing more reviews and mucking around. Also on Facebook, I have been, and I've made this very publicly well known, I am very disappointed in the content and just how general Gunpla and Gundam modelling Facebook groups have conducted themselves. I think there's a lot of attention seeking. There is, it's just not interesting or fun to interact. I have, with a few other modelers, created a Gunpla group called Old Gunpla Forums. It is trying to simulate and bring back the old late 90s, early 2000 forums. Things like, you know, your Mecha Lounge, your DC23, your Bakuk forums, things like that in nature. So it's just posting of work in progress, finished models, spamming YouTube video links, as well as just general modelling discussions, a bit of goofing off. It does not follow the regular content of pictures of backlogs and snap builds, and it's a completely different type of beast. So if you're interested in something like that, it's worth checking out. There's no incentives for any of us to make this. It's just a group to get together. If you have a blog or a YouTube channel or something and you want to share your link and get out there, even though it is a small group of 200 to 300 members, it's a good place to interact, ask questions, and generally learn more about the hobby, as well as having fun and just getting to know a lot of the highly active modelers in the community. Events report. As always, as the Mokono Man, and as an administrator of the Mecha Workshop Melbourne, which is a model club that runs out of the Hobson's Bay men's shed. We have attended a number of events in Australia and Melbourne this year, including a few anime cons, Animanga, Oz Comic Con, Model Expo, and the Gunpla Builders World Cup. We've conducted in attending or running workshops. Each of the event we have attended, some of them reviewed on this channel, has been very successful and happy. The club is doing quite extensively well. If you have interest in the club and you live in Melbourne, Australia, you probably want to make contact with Gunpla Builders Australia, where we sort of recruit for members and advertise our meetings. But all that is said, I'm very happy with how we have gone about our events this year. Looks like our event calendar next year will be very, very similar. The last event for 2015 is the Bayonet Military Model Competition, which is a small event in a small city to the west of Melbourne, in a old World War II hangar with a restorated Liberator from the Second World War. So I've been covering that since the start of this channel, and as always I'll cover that again. Our club will be in attendance, so stay tuned for that video. I hope you've enjoyed the Model Expo, the Gunpla Builders World Cup video, so what and so forth. The smaller events that do not get covered in video form, the pictures of the events are uploaded to the Facebook page. So you could go to photos, albums, events, and there's a photo of every single model at the event, as well as, you know, the general event atmosphere, stores, and some of us mucking around. So that is very well. The channel itself, even though growth has been slow of late, I am a bit over 3,700 subscribers. I suspect 4,000 subscribers will be achieved sometime next year. There will be a competition as usual in a very similar format that I've done in the past with a prize. So if anybody has any ideas for a competition, such as a product review or a tutorial or something like that, chuck some ideas or brainstorming ideas in the comments below. I'll be very keen to look at it, as I've already done 3 competition ideas. Starting to run out of ideas, but I think with inspiration I could probably find something that's creative and not done before, though YouTube competitions is something that's somewhat almost near dead. I will happily continue this tradition that I have on this channel, even if it's very few people interacting. Very big news for myself and this channel. I shall be making my 3rd visit to Japan this November 30th to December 22nd. I will be this time attending with some modelling friends. They will probably be spending a lot of time around museums and castles and more traditional historical aspects. I was actually thinking if there's any people that know of me or follow my content in Japan, I will be in Osaka and Tokyo. Osaka for the first 10 days, Tokyo to the second 10 days. If anybody wants to catch up and have drinks at a bar or something, as long as it involves drinking, I'm very keen. I am looking at you, Robot Adventures, Ruben, and Japanese Sandman. I don't know if you're watching this video or not. I'll make contact and see if we can party at some point. It will be very good fun. I enjoyed the last trip. So, as well as I will be in Japan, I won't be buying a lot of stuff. It's not a shopping adventure this time. It's just a bit of a holiday from work. The only way I can escape the December rush of work is not to be in the country, and there's just more things I want to experience and explore. Not that I won't be hanging around some shops, Akihabara, looking at some second-hand places. I'm particularly on the hunt for second-hand B-Club kits, which are no longer in production according to Bandai. Some probably 1 or 2 resin bits, an ultrasonic cutter, and tools. So you can bet that I'll have a look at them. I'll probably take some photos, some video. There will be the display at Gundam front of the previous year Gunpla Builders World Cup display. I will, if I can get in there, I'll take photos and report back on that in video form. Most of the content will probably be around the PhD man-child of getting whatever liquor I can get in my hands and reviewing the hell out of it. Next agenda item, next year's Gunpla Builders World Cup. As always, I plan on building an entry and putting in. For the past 5 years, it has steadily been more and more ambitious, more and more time, and it just takes up all sorts of resources and consumables. I'm probably being very, very burnt out with Gunpla, which I will talk about later on in this list. The entry is going to be a lot smaller, a lot simpler, and probably more focusing on making things technically clean, clean and perfect. Still mixing in elements of the 3D printer, so don't expect any big dioramas with multiple models with crazy scratch building or kit bashing. It's more likely going to be something very, very simple, yet interesting and worthy enough to be on display and healthily competing against the competition. So that's not much to talk about. There will be no big work in progress series. There won't be any big hoo-ha or planning. Next year I have a lot of other projects and activities I want to focus on. I want to take the channel in a different direction, which is actually the next topic, the direction of the channel. As well as the wrap up of the end of the year. At the end of the year I'm going to Japan, so there'll be 3 weeks of no content being created, as well as when I return there'll be time for me to get back at the bench and restart things and getting back into the motion of creating content, getting back into the mojo. I am completely burnt out and fed out with plastic Gunpla. The last Gunpla Builders World Cup really took it out of me. I miss making other type of models. I miss making Mecha Musume toy customs, tanks. I really want to get back into tanks. I want to build other things, and just building a garage resin anime figure, I really want to actually get my teeth into a few more of those. So Gundam kits is going to be a lot less of my staple. What I've spent the last couple of years in helping with a couple of groups is entering as many group builds as possible, even winning some of them. And that sort of takes a buzz out of things of you have to build this type of kit or this kit under these restraints of this time limit and entering it at a certain time. It sort of makes it a bit harder just picking up and rolling with a kit whenever you feel like it. I plan on entering a lot less group builds next year. Unfortunately, I've committed to like 3 builds from the start of September to the end of October. And even that is, I wouldn't say it's a drag. It's actually a group build that I'm really into. It's stuff that I actually feel like doing and wanting to do, and I'm having an awesome time. But after this group build, I think I'm going to have a bit of a break of that, as well as big Gunpla Builders World Cup stuff. So at the end of the year, I'm going to finish up the kits that I'm working on. So I've got 3-4 major kits, which you will see in the On the Bench segment at the end of the video. So once those are finished, I'm not going to be starting anything major unless it's an armor kit until end of December, start of January, where my new roster of interesting and big projects will begin again. Community-wise, I'm slowly, well, as well as being removed for being controversial on a lot of the large Gunpla groups on Facebook, I'll be winding down my interacting on Facebook due to the run-ins of some unsavoury characters. I think I might have talked about this in the past few videos, that I find the behaviour of the community as a whole not to my taste. I've come to the realisation that the general trends in communities are changing, and I'm not exactly, and it's probably best that I move on and focus on other attributes that I enjoy more. I shall still be building a lot of Gundam models at my style and pace, but I'm going to be hanging out at other places, and to the other reason why Old Gunpla Forums was created, which my presence will be there if summoned. But all of that negative shit out of the way, future projects are part of the direction of the channel. I would like to reboot a tutorial series. I have been talking about this for a couple of years. I wanted to do something just short, sweet, and show the basics, but I have completely changed my mind. I would like to have a permanent tutorial series. I am really unhappy with my Gunpla Mech Model Workshop series. It's a complete mess with a few basic videos scattered all over the place in between product reviews and other irrelevant videos that have been made 6-7 years ago when I was very new to YouTube. I didn't have a format. I had no idea that the channel was going to be a reference source for so many modelers. So I'm going to start next year a basic tutorial series of my methods of building a model kit, and there'll be various styles. There'll be a step-by-step series, how to build 72nd, my approach to military kits, my approach to Gunpla kits, old Gunpla kits, resin kits. It's going to be a very long, permanent, ongoing series. But I'm hoping that a lot of people that are entering the hobby, it's going to be a lot easier where they can just type in Gunpla tutorial and the series will pop up from video 1 to 20, starting from unboxing and what to look into a kit to removing nubs, cleaning up, sanding, filling seam lines, painting of all sorts, excluding airbrushing because we've got a series for that, and excluding scratch building and 3D printing, but just all aspects of building models, and just making it as simple and streamlined yet interesting for multiple ages. I would like to focus more of mature individuals returning to the hobby, or people over the age of 16 that are going to be engaged with the ability to appropriate or collect a certain amount of resources and tools. So not sort of like a cheap guide and a quick easy guide for a child to gather safe resources and build a kit basic, but more for people to do it at a more mature standard. I'm not saying an elitist or competition standard, but just showing some very easy tips and tricks on how to use tools to produce a model that you may not otherwise would have produced by yourself. In the future, there could be options of how to build kits with basic resources, or how to build kits for children or something. But for now, I just want to have a generic series, and then from there it can expand in whatever direction. I really do enjoy making tutorials. I have not really been putting much attention into that because I've been trying to increase my output of kits for competitions and displays and whatnot, and I would like to cut back on that and probably go back to simpler stuff, not so much for display but for the purpose of tutorial. So there's going to have to be a kit or two made for the simplistic purpose of demonstrations. So they're not going to be masterpieces worthy of Gunpla Builders World Cups, but there'll be something that I'll enjoy building and finishing in a basic sense, and B, being a tool used to educate. I would like to start a new series. Now, I have my regular monthly series of honing your airbrush skills and the Q&A. Though I'd like to make those permanently monthly, I'd like to have others pop in and out on occasion. We've got the 3D printing series, which will be restarted again shortly. And I would like to have a scratch building series, which will be just an occasional thing, looking at the use of magnets, ply plating, styrene building, metalworking. I made videos here and there, and there's work in progress videos, but it's sort of hard to direct people where to look when they want to learn about that thing. I think it'd just be good to have a series of videos diving into the absolute basics, and then letting their imaginations run wild. I think it would be of a benefit to me, as well as there's a lot more I could learn and I want to learn about scratch building. So it'll also involve in sharpening my skills, the neatness of my scratch building, as well as the furthering that, and as a tool of educating. So I'll be developing myself, and I'll be taking everybody for the ride. So it's going to be in the same format as honing your airbrush skills, and we can see how that pushed my skills and also created a resource for everyone. The scratch building one is going to be the exact same thing, and I'm very excited about it. Justin Builds has done something very similar in one, maybe two videos. I would like to expand on that. The Gundam Mech Model Workshop series, again, I've mentioned I am extremely displeased with it. It is just too fragmented, too messy, too out there. Though to the advantage of just some standalone videos, mostly product reviews, have been very popular and just picked up in Google or YouTube searches. It does have a purpose and a place on my channel. It will be continued exclusively for experimental videos that do not fit in my other series, as well as just reviewing new paints, new glues, new decals, masks, whatever I come across. It will be kept alive. It may not be regular. It may be regular, though it is something that's going to be continued, even though it has surpassed 100 videos, which is quite a milestone. My existing series, Q&A. Q&A seems to be very popular. I enjoy making it. I've got enough people that interact with it that makes it enjoyable and useful for passing viewers as well as my regulars. I believe YouTube channels should be as interactive as possible, and it is my way of interacting more with the viewers by directly answering questions in video format, which is also immortalized in video format. The airbrushing, honing your airbrush skills videos will be continued. I'm probably going to be acquiring some stuff for review in some sort of sponsorship thingy, maybe a gift or whatever. I'm not too sure at this stage, or something I may actually purchase. My DH103 is obsolete and breaking down slowly. It may be replaced for a suitable model that will continue the same style of how I tune and maintain it. I may learn how to repair the rings or parts in it to continue it. I'm not too sure, but my rig is getting very old and very unreliable. I'm sourcing out to get a new compressor. And I may be either retiring the airbrush, I may continue it, though I've got another Spar Max on standby in case anything goes wrong, as well as a standby compressor. Regardless, the series will continue. There may be a bit of a break or intermittent between now and next year due to other things going on, but I would like to keep it as a monthly thing. The 3D printing series I found, or the actual purchase of the 3D printer as a report card, I spent several $100s on it. I believe I have got my money back. I'm very happy with what it's produced, what I was able to do with it. I would like to do more with it, but it's very time consuming, so it's going to be a very slow process. I have made contact and am interacting with the PP3 community, the people who make the up plus, up to. And there's new software that's come out, new aftermarket parts, new plastic, new software. I would like to load all of that and see how it impacts and improves the performance of this 3D printing. I still have a video to make about supports and rafters and whatnot. I've successfully printed raftless. I've made a lot of breakthroughs, and that needs to be transferred in 2 to 3 videos and be put out there. So I'm really behind content for my 3D printer, but all of that is on the cards. That video series will remain, and I'm also working on a really cool kit to be released soon on Thingiverse. It's a set of Mecha Musume legs. I want to make, paint and release the model before I release the 3D model for people to download so they can see what they can create with it. Think about it as the Mokonoman's first released model kit that you can download, print, own for free, paint up and modify as you see fit, unlike some of the very basic bases and aftermarket parts that have been released as an experiment. Now, again, talking about being burnt out with Gunpla. Just regular Gundam plastic models are going to be made a lot less, maybe a couple out of the box slightly modified. I really want to get back into 77 tanks and armor. That's a lot of fun. Very basic, but a lot of fun. I've got a whole collection here on display, and I'm running out of space. I'm going to 3D print a really cool shelf for them, and once that's complete, then I'm going to start just ripping them out like crazy. Mecha Musume figures, I really enjoy making them at club meets and in public. I made a couple of them at a last event, and I'm reviewing one that I made last year. So there's going to be a few Mecha Musume videos this and next week. And the garage kit, the Mami from Madoka Magica, that was a lot of fun to make. I finally gotten over the fear of making my first resin anime figure, which is something I've never done before, even though I made mistakes. I've got a few E2046 and resin anime figures in the backlog, and I would like to make 2 or 3 throughout now and late next year. So to expand my anime figure area of the YouTube channel, as well as interacting and expanding out in the garage kit community. I have encountered a few modelers who are garage kit modelers who also blend into the Gunpla side of things. They are lovely people, they are very helpful, and I would like to spring more in there and sort of put out my style of doing things. Even though I'm new to the medium, modelling is modelling, and I may put a spin on things with the stuff I happen to do. Things are an absolute mess, so please forgive me. First, I have got this very old Ari reboxed as a Bandai Zentradi 1144 Battle Pod suit. This is a very interesting build. It is extremely difficult, so there has been some modifications of magnetizing the whole thing as well as filling seam lines. Very slow, tedious job. It's going to be on a small vignette diorama with flock and a farm setting. A lot of fun. I can't wait to get to the painting stage, as the detail of this kit is extremely interesting. It is very unique. It is very rare and old. So expect that in the next several weeks. Zogok for the Gunpla Builders Australia Vintage Retro Group Build. This is a very old 1980s kit. I have spent a lot of time magnetizing and increasing the articulation of this model kit. So this kit has been chopped out, filled with putty, filled with magnets, and it's completely color separatable and has full range of articulation. Even though it's a simple build, I've made it very complex with the modifications of sawing it and cutting it and filling it, and that has been the most fun of all kits that I've been working on at the moment. Oops. I am working on a Mecha Musume figure using 3D printed legs. Just give me... here they are. So I've printed out these legs. I've assembled them. I've been sanding them. They're pretty much ready for priming. They've got some parts that need to be added. I just need to cut her legs up, do a little painting, and got a tank turret and some build fighter parts to add to it. The last thing that I'm working on is a 160 old-fashioned Gelgoog Cannon MSV kit. I've never built anything 160. I have zero to no interest in perfect grades, though the Gelgoog is my favourite mobile suit, and building my favourite mobile suit in such a large scale is somewhat appealing. It is also a part of the Gunpla Builders Australia retro group build, and I'm going to do some really fun and cool things with it. I assume it's going to be a very interesting, out there and unusual video, so stay tuned for that. Also, my special event made Winning Gundam is finished, waiting for a top coat. This is a top coat tutorial work in progress, and 3 tanks are waiting for painting. But with all the tanks here, I want to build a multi-leveled plastic shelf so I can stack more tanks on top of each other. And just a quick look of some of the stuff I worked on this year. This concludes my vlog. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this gives you an idea of what I want to do. Now, as per past vlogs, probably more than 50% of what I promise or plan or want to do comes to fruit. Some things do not, because large projects do get in the way. With the removal of the Gunpla Builders World Cup, I actually want to get 100% of this done. But again, as this is a hobby, as this is not a professional, full-time or monetary pursuit, there's no guarantee any of this will go ahead. Nonetheless, it's things that I really want to do and am inspired to do. So let's hope it happens. Shout out to Child of Mecha. I'll provide a link. They've got these really rad modelling themed and Gundam themed t-shirts. I've worn them at some events. They're very trendy. They're very cool. I bought a few. Not too expensive. The material's quite quality. A friend of mine, Tristan, had some of the Gunpla Builders World Cup. I was aware of them, but seeing how cool they were, I went out and bought them. They're just very, very cool t-shirts. Check them out. Lots of colours out there. There's a new Facebook group called Gundam Girls or Gundam Armor Girls or something on the lines of that. Link down below. If you're interested in the people that get the Figma or Anime Girl figures or Mecha figures and they turn them into Gundam Mecha or Gundam Girl armor figures, if you want to learn how to customize those or look at customs that are purely like that, there's a Facebook community, very small. I would love to see it grow. Link down below. Check it out. Join them if that is your interest. A big shout out to my best bum buddy on Facebook and YouTube, Ghost of Xeon. I've spent too much time with him in person this year than online. He has been very helpful in helping promote the hobby in Australia. He attends all the same events. He plans different events in other parts of Australia. Dude's very hardworking. His content's amazing. His models are amazing. His YouTube video is worth checking out. You can subscribe. Link down below. He is also the administrator of the official Gunpla Builders Australia, a official Bandai group. It is very generous in competitions and group builds and prizes. If you live in Australia, there's no reason to join it. It is extremely active. Tons of talented modelers. It is a really, really fun group. Check it out. And last, a big thank you and shout out to Hobbyco for sponsoring a lot of our endurers of promoting and working with the hobby throughout Australia. Without their help, things would have been a little difficult. We would not have gotten as far and as accomplished so many interesting community events with Gunpla Builders Australia and Mecha Workshop. So Ryan from there, thank you very much, dude. You're a hard worker. I recognise what you do for the greater community of Gunpla and Gundam modelling in Australia. Keep up the good work. And also Bandai has stuck their hand in. They've helped out. Big thank you to the hobby and Gundam modelling division of Bandai. You guys are absolutely tops. Love your work. All in all, I'm a bit tired. Thank you again. Thank you very much for watching. This video has been very rambly. If you've taken it this far, thank you very much. Peace out. Catch you guys later.